Coronavirus shit, bro.
Crazy.
It's actually crazy.
My dad's right though, bro. We're literally like writing history, bro. You know what I mean? Like the actions. You're the only one that touches that. Yeah. The actions that we take are like what they're gonna say in the history books. You know what I mean? Like every day.
Bro, this is gonna put us in a depression, bro.
You really think so?
I know so.
Like, what do you mean? You mean like
not a
the
recession.
early 20s depression?
Yes, bro. And we got fucking.
Why do you feel like that?
You not been watching the economy, G?
No, I mean I know everything's going down, but like, you think about it. Once the quarantine or whatever stops,
no,
the money's gonna go back into the market.
No. You think everything's gonna go back to normal?
No, of course it's not gonna go back to normal, but the money's gonna be pumped back into the market.
Bro, how does that help like the small businesses?
Because you're gonna get your cash flow.
From where?
The people coming back in.
No.
Now that the quarantine's done.
No.
All right, what am I missing? Explain it.
Okay, so how long? Okay, you're probably thinking April 13th will go back to normal.
No. I'm thinking summer. Like,
okay,
is July 1st or June? I don't remember.
We're in
whatever
March right
Jay
now?
is first.
We're in March right now?
Yeah. March, April, May, June. Yeah, so I think by like June we should be straight. Truly. Because I think about China was under this situation for 5 months maybe. We started in February. Or I guess beginning of March really.
Okay, yeah. No, so like we've been shut down in Michigan at least, like from March. Remember, we're Middle America, so all the chain effects hit us later.
Yeah.
So this is my prediction. What I think is gonna happen. So it's March, April, May, June, July. We open back up. That's 5 months gone from business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's like 2 quarters in a month gone from your business, from your bottom line.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, a lot of businesses are going to go under. Like, a lot. But at the same time...
So a lot of these businesses are going to go under.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are not going to be able to have a job. The big businesses are going to, like, cut back because they've had crazy growth during this crazy time.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, half the people are not going to be going out as much. Other half are going to be wilding.
Yeah.
Right? The virus is going to come back, hit again. Right? And then we'll be in a fucking depression.
You think it's going to hit again?
Yeah.
Like, we're going to get too comfortable?
He's going to come back again. Yeah, because unless they found a cure for it.
Yeah.
Which they're not going to find. They said there's no cure for it.
I feel like I heard the no cure thing, but to me, anytime something like this happens, we get a cure. At least so far.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like, cancer. There's like a few things that we haven't, but like when we get the whole world working on the same thing, we figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then once China shut down, the coasts are shut down, Europe is shut down.
Yeah. We have no choice but to fix it.
The economy is going to go in a spiral. They just blocked that $500 billion stimulus package.
Did they really? They blocked it?
They blocked that shit. Because the guy who was doing it had no didn't have to answer to anybody. So he gave the money to whoever he wanted to, no questions asked.
Oh, it was up to him?
Yep.
So it wasn't everybody getting money?
No.
Oh.
Just like businesses.
Who proposed it?
Trump. No. Mm. So like he could give Trump $50 billion if he wanted to.
Who was it? Do you know?
Yeah, it's like Trump's got
one of his homies.
Yeah.
Damn. I was listening to him talk, and he was saying like, I'm friends with a lot of very rich people. He just like threw that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just kind of crazy, bro.
No, it's definitely crazy. It's definitely crazy, and it's also weird for me because, I'm essentially like on the outside of it all because most of the work I do is from home regardless. So like hearing about like a lot of people don't have jobs right now, and it's like, especially because it's the first time we've ever gone through something like this. Like we were way too young to really know what 2008 was like, like the housing crash. We were like really too young to understand that.
And how close we were to depression.
Yeah, and how like
they didn't bail out. If
they
didn't bail out GM and all them,
it was over, bro.
Like Michigan would have been done. Detroit got done.
Yeah, I mean Flint, like
done.
Lansing. There's like a lot of cities that haven't recovered from that still. Yeah, and it's like that was close to like a big economic failure. And like obviously we were too young to remember it. And so like now that we're actually going through it, we're
they bailed them out.
We're 2-3 months away from probably the same sort of thing.
Yeah, they're not going to bail anybody out this time. There's no
Yeah.
money to bail out. We're printing money backed by nothing.
Yeah.
Our money is super inflated. The dollar's not worth as much as
We're
we
in
think it is.
so much debt.
We're $22 national debt. Like,
Yeah.
America's fucked right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole world is really, but
Yeah, the whole world's
we definitely
fucked.
are.
But if America's fucked, the whole world's fucked.
True.
So we're about to, I feel like, and the worst
What
thing.
you feel like? You feel like some post-apocalyptic type shit? Like, should I go to the gun range tomorrow?
Yeah, you should get a gun.
Did you end up getting one?
No, I have one, yeah.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
What'd you get? Like a pistol? Or something?
Yeah. 9mm.
I was thinking about it.
No, you should.
Because I'm like, yo, hoarding is a real motherfucking thing. Like, people gonna come in my house. They gonna want what I got.
Bro, people are going to hit loots, bro.
Yeah.
If people are going to fight.
It's like some protest shit. You know what I mean?
If people are going to fight over toilet paper, bro, what are you going to do when they got no money, no job, and no food, and they think you got it?
You know, take it.
And we live in a country where everyone has guns.
Mm-hmm.
There's no talking, bro.
Damn, so you're really worried, dog.
I'm not even really worried. I just see, I'm like aware.
Yeah, I know, but like that's the extreme.
No. You think if someone hasn't ate in 4 days, they're gonna talk to you about? Yo,
Yeah, I know, but you're talking about.
Can I get your Rice Krispies?
You're talking about we get.
Bro,
to
they're gonna blast your ass, bro.
You think, but that's assuming that we get to a point where people don't eat for 4 days.
That's what's gonna happen.
Bro, even in the Great Depression, like, bro, me and my family still eat the meals that my dad ate. Like, I mean, obviously he wasn't alive. Like, that was stupid that I just said that out loud. But
let's do that. You said
my
that.
grandparents ate. They still pass those meals. Like you figure it out. Like you figure out ramen noodles.
Oh
You know
no,
what I mean?
I'm not saying that people won't be able to figure it out.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
human
saying,
nature to just figure it out, right?
I'm just saying, like, in desperate times means desperate measures, bro.
Yeah, there's no denying that. No denying that.
What happens when Costco cuts 90% of their staff?
Newbie's gone first.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Or so they go out of business.
Well, you think about, like, you know, who's going to be first. Meyer is probably first because they're not nationwide chain.
Yeah.
Right.
Think about 25 to 30% unemployment rate.
I mean, bro, we're at like what? We're probably at like 50% right now. There's a lot of people with no jobs.
Not working. That means rent is not getting paid. I mean, like the chain effect is just like.
Yeah.
That means people are gonna go out of business, bro.
Yeah. I feel really bad for the college graduates. They graduate in a month. There's gonna be no jobs.
There's no jobs.
You're not getting hired. You know what I mean? Like
all that. Find a fucking way, bro.
All that work.
Now, do I think that like I'm gonna make the most money I ever made in the next 5 years? Yes. I think I'm gonna go from like mark my words. Like this is gonna be an iconic.
Market.
I think I'm gonna go 0 to like over 100 mil in 5 years.
Because of this situation.
Yeah, this shit is literally my turn. Like this shit is meant for people like me.
That you're up at.
Yeah, this is meant for me, bro.
I mean, history would agree with you, so I'm not gonna argue with you.
It's gonna get really bad though.
Yeah.
Like really, really bad. No.
Yeah,
like,
you know what's funny? It's funny to think about like the
like,
first few days
really
of this.
Bad, bro.
The first few days of this, all we were worried about was the NBA getting canceled, and now we're talking about jobs are gone. You know, 2 weeks from now we're gonna be talking about businesses are gone.
2 weeks from now we're not gonna talk about business. We're gonna talk about how many people just died. 400 people are dying a day in Italy, bro.
Prior to this
400 people are dying a day in Italy, bro.
Yeah, that's
all
scary.
ages, bro. 400 people a day, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
That's not.
Yeah, bro, it's nuts.
I'm just ready. That's all I'm saying. Get ready, yo.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
It's interesting. It's like I'm such like a positive, person that I'm not like getting myself too worked up about it, but it is like alarming. Like this is actually making me like stop and think about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I just started a job where I come in contact with a lot of people, and it's like, man, this shit couldn't have happened at a worse time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's part of the story and needed to happen. So everybody wash your hands, stay 6 feet away, do whatever you're supposed to do to be.
I might get one of those masks.
Yeah, stay around your family. This is a great time to like get around fam. I know they annoy you, but like just try to have good times.
Yeah, for real. That's a good point, yo. This is a good time to like rebuild some relationships.
Read a book.
Yeah.
Think of what the fuck you about to do.
Do some personal development.
Like, all that is, like, perfect.
Or just do some fun shit, I think. You know? Like, I just said personal development, but, like, yo, fuck that. Like, read a book that you always want to read. Read that comic book that looks fire. Like,
make that video you always wanted to make.
Yeah.
Because first off, you might die. You might catch that virus. Bro, I think we're going to lose friends, bro, off this.
Yeah. I don't know about friends, but I think, someone's going to lose a couple relatives. We're going to have friends that lose relatives, for sure.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the homies catch this Rona.
Oh, yeah. No. We're definitely, like, some of us are definitely going to catch it, but I don't think we're going to lose anybody.
Well, do you see the
I think we're
flooding
going to lose.
You see the flooding that's about to hit Michigan?
What do you mean? Like rain?
Yeah. We're about to go.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's not a good time for us, bro.
Bro, what the fuck?
I'm telling you, bro. It's not looking good.
Yo, that's crazy.
It's not looking, bro. Flood with
imagine
water.
If this is what.
You know it's easy to get past sicknesses like that?
Yeah. Because everyone's more sick. Yeah.
Why are you sniffing?
Bro, I can't sniff?
You've been sniffling, bro. How you feel?
I feel good. I feel like me. I don't get sick, like, in general, knock on wood. I take my multivitamin. I drink water.
How's your chest feeling?
What you mean?
Is it shortness of breath at all?
No. No, I'm good.
Right,
I know when I'm sick because it starts up here. I always get sick up top first.
Like your head hurts?
Yeah, like brain fog, all that. So I always know when I'm sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but other than that, bro, I'm chilling.
Yeah, I mean,
other than
that, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like if you take yourself out of it, it's kind of fun to watch.
You're wild.
It's fun to watch people wild out.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I've been seeing a lot more people exposing themselves on Twitter. A lot of shit going down. A lot of people really letting out their true opinions.
It's facts.
It's interesting.
No, it's very interesting.
I almost feel like I don't have anything to add about it. That's all anyone's talking about.
I think everything's been said. I think it's funny that people are doing push-ups right now. That's about it.
I mean, we got to get the at-home gym.
Yeah. Nah, I'm all for personal fitness. All for it.
Hey, but some of you guys need to do some more push-ups. I've been seeing people get winded after 10, yo. I saw a lot of people struggling at 8. I was like, come on. Some people
struggling at 3. They're like,
why are we struggling at 8? What's up?
Bro,
y'all gotta do some damn push-ups. That's funny. I've been seeing that too. Yeah, it's funny how like social media right now is turning into how it was when we first started.
Yeah.
Like I nominate blah blah. Like all the girls are doing like nominate beauty challenges. All the guys are doing push-up shits or like highlights of their sports. And I'm seeing. You remember like back in the day on Twitter, there used to be the GIFs of like images going like this, and you used to have to pause it when it got in the right spot.
Yeah.
Like those are resurfacing again. I'm like, yo, social media is back to like what it was.
Yeah, but people are just
because everyone's back.
People are bored, bro.
That ass.
We got nothing to do.
Yeah, I was feeling that today.
I feel bad. I feel bad for a lot of people, but I'm also just like geeked because like people are getting funny. There's a lot of funny shit going on.
Yeah, I was thinking about this today. I actually feel genuinely bad for the people who are like the bar goers, and that's where they get their like self entertainment is from going to the bar and like blacking out and all that shit.
They're probably going through withdrawals right now.
Because I'm like, yo, you guys are going through some shit. Because you're the ones that don't have any hobbies at home. You know what I mean? Like I'm fine. Like you guys asked me that today. Like how are you doing? And I'm like, yo, I'm fine. Like all my hobbies are at home anyway. Like I'm chilling.
I'm scared because I don't have any hobbies. My hobby is working and making money.
You like movies and shit? You like watching shows and movies, or do you just do that to pass the time or fall asleep?
Both. All of the above.
You need I have this list. Someone sent me a list of like old school movies that everyone used to watch, and I've been like going through them. I'll send you the list. Yeah, they're pretty good. Like I don't know if you ever heard like Gone with the Wind. Like there's like a lot of movies that people like 10 years older than us, if we said we have never seen, they'd get like mad. You know?
Yeah. No, I'm
same way we are with people who are younger.
You know, I'm excited though because I think we're up to a lot of cool shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how all our conversations are ideas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The group chat's just a bunch of ideas.
I feel like we're good.
Yeah. I mean, but that's why we're here, like adapt and overcome, right?
Find a way. But yeah, so that's coronavirus updates.
Yeah. We don't really have anything to add. We're not scientists.
You guys already know that.
Yeah. So if you skipped that all and you're just not getting to this point, welcome.
Welcome to the real podcast.
Welcome to the rest of it. Should we get right to what we want to talk about?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Jay Electronica, after 10 years of highly anticipated music, or lack thereof music, has dropped his debut album.
Yes.
And it's been like 2 weeks or like a week and a half. We let it marinate.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go for it.
So I'll start by. I want to talk about it as a project first, and then we'll talk about the variables. We'll talk about like how it's 10 years, you know. Okay. So just as a project, I enjoyed it. I genuinely enjoyed it. I think production side, I had a lot of question marks, a lot of beats that I wouldn't have picked personally, and I think were like a little more rugged than I wanted to hear. But like as a project, topics, the way that Jay and Jay were spitting, like the things that they had to say were good. I think there was substance there. I think this is a project, like 2 songs. I think the one with Travis Scott, The Binding, and then let me pull up the track list actually. The one that he dropped a long time ago. So I don't know if you know, one of the songs on the shits was a single that he dropped on like MySpace, the Shiny Suit Theory.
Yeah.
With the Dream.
Yeah.
And then Universal Soldier. So like The Binding and Universal Soldier are songs that I'm gonna go back to a lot. I really enjoyed those tracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as a project, I honestly loved it. I thought it was funny that they got Travis to basically do what Kanye would have done.
Yeah.
You know, they got Travis to come in and just sing a line real quick,
yeah.
which is what Kanye does.
That's funny.
I think there's something, I don't know. I think Jay doesn't really fuck with Kanye like that.
I feel like everyone's mad at Kanye right now.
Really? Why?
Or for a while, actually. But let's talk about the project first.
Yeah.
And then we get
so yeah, I mean, like as a project,
yeah,
and I'll start there. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was a flop by any means. I think it was enjoyable. I think, like I said, there's 2 or 3 tracks I'm definitely gonna go back to.
Yeah,
there was for sure a few skips. So yeah, it's a good project. Not above average. It was a good project. Solid,
for real.
Solid body of work.
Okay, so just on the project with the beats, the topics, everything, I think it's, for me right now, the top project of 2020.
Really?
Yeah, it's that good.
Still? You think that?
I keep going back to it. Now,
wow.
If you're colored, this project means a lot to you. And they talking that shit, and the beats and everything they're doing,
black shit.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's fire. And I'm somebody that's a sucker for like the boom back clack, rapping. Like I love
that gutter shit.
I just love I love the innuendo. I just love the you have to go back, or you know they're talking about how they tie things in.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I love the whole project. There is one song, I think it's the last song on the project, is kind of like sad and depressing. Like all my friends, whatever,
talking
like,
about his mom.
I will never talk. Yeah, I think that's like sad and stuff. And then, but I think Jay and Jay like did such a great job of like doing this as his first project. I do agree with people like saying that like Jay-Z was on it too much. Like
we're not there yet. Just talk about the project.
Okay, but as a project,
there's a lot to break down.
Yeah. So as a project, to me, is the best project of 2020 so far. I haven't heard a better rap album in 2020 so far.
Wow. I'm not this. I will be. There's no way. There's no way this makes my top 10. There's no way. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's no way.
This is the so far like of this year, of music that's dropped this year. Who has made a better project this year so far?
J Hus still.
J Hus is my number one. Fire project.
J Hus is my number one still.
Fire project
at this moment.
But who else? Nobody.
Now I gotta look.
Nobody. I'm telling you. Yeah,
but like you can't just make
Weeknd. You gonna say the Weeknd's high on there?
But I'm not gonna give him top 10 just because the Weeknd
so far.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not gonna give him a top 10. I got Lil Baby on my top 10 still.
Lil Baby's good.
The My Turn album. That's definitely my top 10.
That's it.
Yeah, but he's not gonna make the top 10 just because there's nothing else. I'm not gonna give him the like.
No, this is.
I think those are the. Oh, and then I probably got the Denzel Curry Kenny Beats joint in my.
That was pretty good.
But I only got 3 albums so far, I guess, in there.
Listen, if you don't like this album, you just have bad taste in music. I'm gonna say that right now.
Yeah, like if you hate it.
If it's not in your top 10, I think you have bad taste in music.
How? All right. So let's talk about the variables. So, I guess we'll start with this album has been anticipated for 10 years, right? to you, if you now, I think we should preface this by saying both you and I at least I personally haven't been waiting 10 years for this. I just kind of find out who Jay Elec was like 2 years ago.
I knew who he was, but I was not definitely waiting for his album.
Yeah. I was not waiting for this since I was 12. But you know, I've heard the name Jay Elec. I've heard Exhibit C. Like I'm aware of who he is.
Yeah.
And I know that like everyone talks about how he hasn't dropped his album, but I was definitely not like anticipating it. But if obviously this album hasn't been worked on for 10 years because he said it took him 40 days. I just think, you know, like I went back to Exhibit C. I've been playing that a lot, and I'm like, yo, like individually as a track, I think Exhibit C will go down as one of the best rap songs of all time. Like if we talk about bars.
Yeah.
Like the pen and the lyricism that he displayed on that track is literally like the top. Like you can't rap better than that.
Yeah. Facts.
Right? Like there's tiers and he's in that God tier, right? Yeah. So if I compare that to the subject and the bars that I'm hearing on this album, it to me doesn't compare. Now that's not saying that this is like he's obviously rapping his ass off, but to me he's not in the same tier as he was on Exhibit C and the other tracks I've heard from him, and the other verses I've heard from him.
So is it just more not understanding what he's talking about?
No, I mean, there was definitely moments where I had to look up stuff. Like, you know, I've been spending time learning about, like, the 5%ers and all that stuff. Like, I've been learning. So, but it was just, to me, like, punchlines were different. It's not the same caliber of lyricism as I heard on Exhibit C, in my opinion.
You know, like,
what do you think about that?
I feel like that's a hot take. And I do think that, like, the reason why it's definitely different is because I think we also have to remember that he dropped this in the 2020 world. So I also think that like his bars that he's writing about, like, is not the 2000s anymore, like, or 1990. Like he can't just like these kids are like. I think he's also trying to make a youthful sound, and like I mean I don't know how old he is, but is he up in the 40s? I mean, 50s?
He's dropping music on MySpace. Like he's got to be old.
Yeah, so like if he's like 40 and 50, obviously you shouldn't be like rapping at that age. And I feel like him and Jay done it gracefully. Like we have to remember, like these are old dudes. So these are like our fathers rapping.
Yeah.
And so the fact they can make any music that you kind of want to listen to, like, is a big prop, in my opinion. Mm. And so go back to your point. Was I like checking for and waiting for Jay Electronica? No, I wasn't. I listened to it. And I listened to it straight, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is really good."
Yeah, it's a great album. It's a good album.
Like his bars, and like, now I'm not gonna lie, Jay-Z. I think
let's talk about that because I got shit to say about that.
Like I don't get it. Like I feel like, in a weird way, Jay is just so competitive that he wasn't gonna let.
In my opinion, I think like obviously we needed to marinate, but I think this project is one of Jay-Z's best performances.
Yeah, I think this is the project Jay-Z never got to make.
Yeah, this might be his best performance.
And I think Jay Elec is the one that like made him rap better. You know what I'm saying? Mm. I think he was like, all right.
Because he understood the moment.
Yeah, I want to hear the stories about how many times did they both go once, or did Jay-Z hear it and then rewrite his or re-rap his? Like, I want to hear the stories of how the album go. Like.
You want to know what I think? You want to know what I think? So, Jay Elec signed to Rock Nation in 2010. Yeah. Right? It's 2020. So, it's 10 years, or I guess we're in the 10th year of Jay Elec being on Rock Nation.
Yeah.
So, I say this without knowing how the music game really works, but I'm just assuming that he signed a 10-year contract, right? And I think Jay-Z said, yo, you got to drop something. And so he made him get in the studio and he made him record this. Mm. And I think what happened was Jay-Z got in the studio to listen and he didn't like what he heard. And so he decided that he needed to hop on the track and save it. Or I guess the album and save it. Mm. That's what I think.
You think so?
Because I don't know if you'll agree with this, but I think you take these Jay-Z verses off and this album's a disappointment.
Really?
I really do. I think Jay-Z carried this project. I think Jay Elec got outshined on every single song.
But how many like stuff do you think was like cut out? You know what I'm saying? That's like where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, like we'll never know though. You know what I mean? I just think if I take it as for what I got, which is I got this album, then all I feel like is you take the Jay-Z verses off and the songs aren't that good. And I feel like I don't think there's a track where Jay Elec did better than Jay did. I think Jay-Z outshined him on every single song.
I feel like
genuinely.
I feel like Jay Elec was rapping so many like deep Islam and like all this stuff.
Yeah.
That it went over people's heads. Personally.
I understand that.
And like how
I agree with you because there was a lot of stuff I did have to look up, right? Like there was a lot of shit that I didn't understand. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of it was still pretty surface level. Right? Like you're talking like think about the Jay-Z line. He's like, these backstabbers gonna turn me to the OJ. Like, come on, bro.
But don't you think that's like more?
That's like a triple entendre. But I didn't hear that from Jay Elec.
But don't you think that's more of like a childhood like funny like classroom rhyme, or do you think that's God level bars?
Yes, to me that's like a God level punchline.
Really?
Turn me to the OJ.
Yeah.
OJ said,
yeah,
bro.
Yes.
Come
but
on.
like,
yo, that is God level rapping. I'm dead serious. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Jay-Z outshined Jay Elec?
I mean, like, okay, so on, I'm trying to get this verse right. So if it comes from me and Hov, consider it Quran. If it comes from any of those, consider it haram.
That's a bar.
That's Jay Elec, right?
Isn't that like the first thing he says on the album? Isn't that like one of the first bars?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
From a hard place in Iraq to Rock Nation of Islam. Like, I think like Jay Elec's work is bigger than just like rap. I think like I don't know what he was doing with Rock Nation and what he was doing with Jay-Z, but like I feel like whether it's security, whether it's like helping him with his faith, I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Jay is just like Elec is like being careful about or being clever how he says things. Like I bet you a Rothschild's like get bang for my dollar.
Yeah, that scheme was nuts.
Like
that scheme was nuts.
I don't know. I just feel like
that's and I understand that like he had those moments, but I just think like I don't know. I just like we could go through and like total it up, and I really feel like Jay-Z said more crazy shit.
Yo, and like the thing is like I can't discredit how Jay-Z went off on this project. I just can't do it, and so like it's hard for me to like mentally or like say that Jay didn't come with it because he did.
Are you talking about Jay Elec?
Yeah, I'm talking about Jay-Z.
Oh, so wait, do you disagree? You think Jay Elec shined more than Jay-Z?
No,
did?
I don't think he shined more than Jay.
Okay.
I think he held his own though.
I just think here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. I understand that Jay-Z and Jay Electronica are boys, and it seems like they've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
But you don't have your debut game. You don't have your rookie game with LeBron James on your team. Like, I think Jay Electronica very much misunderstood what Jay-Z means to the culture. Like, Jay-Z is the best rapper of all time to majority of rap fans, right? I think we can all pretty much agree with that. No? You don't think so?
No, I think people...
Okay. Or I'll at least say he's in the top 5. He is in everyone's top 5, right?
Yeah, Jay's up there.
So, to have him basically featured on your entire debut project, that's so risky. Granted, it takes a lot of confidence. I give Jay Elec a lot of credit for that. But you're talking about having the best rapper in the world come on every song on your project.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that he was actually able to keep up is extremely impressive.
Well, don't even say keep up. I just feel like Jay
was able to keep up. But he just had, like, Jay-Z happened to be ready for it.
Jay Elec was saying that real shit. Like, the son of slave started out a peasant. That's why I built my temple Salman in the desert.
Yeah.
The Lord is my rock. I speak. So bro, he's preaching.
I know he's preaching, but yeah, no. I don't know how to.
You really gotta
go
bar for bar in this because like,
I think we can.
Well, I'm going through right now.
We
right?
can.
He's like, it's the true history of Jesus coming to age. I wore ski masks and gloves to the masquerade. I got the rock on my shoulder. It's the rock. Somebody should have told you I'm a motherfucking universal soldier. That's crazy.
I got the rock on my shoulder.
But then this is Jay-Z's bars. Dr. Emmy Jones was catching the Fed charge. Bro. I knew less about Chesimar, all about Pablo Escobar. Thinking I was less than I would lay his blessings on. You know what it is?
Dog.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
You know what it is? Kanye did an interview a long time ago, and it says, "It's not what you say, it's how you say it."
Yeah, of course.
And I think where Jay Elec missed this opportunity, what I'm hearing from you, is that the way his bars flowed, he's not really saying less than Jay-Z. But Jay-Z just knows is at the point of his career.
Jay-Z's got that presence, yo.
And he's perfected his craft for the last 30, whatever, that he just knows how to say shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I mean by getting in the cage with Jay-Z. Like, you're talking about someone who's mastered pitch, mastered tone, mastered wordplay, mastered punchlines. Like, it's a very, very bad idea to have your debut album with him.
Yeah, like it's...
You know what I mean?
It's
That's
risky.
a bad idea.
Or a great idea. Or a smart idea.
You know what I mean?
Because like, not everyone's talking about it and listening to it.
Yeah.
And it's for sure going to go platinum and all that.
Yeah. I mean, at least platinum, yeah. I mean... If you, yeah, I don't. Do you feel like is this an underground album? I think it is. I think it is just based on the fact that Jay-Z isn't featured on it. You know how he's like not on the track. So like in Jay Electronica probably doesn't ring a whole lot of bells for most people.
Yo, I had a weird thought.
This is probably underground.
I had a thought that like, what if Jay Elec was MF Doom the whole time? Crazy to think about, but I was just saying.
What made you think that?
I don't know. I saw like an MF Doom poster on Twitter. And I was like, all right, Jay Elec has not been doing any... what has he been up to for the last 10 years?
I don't know. I mean, he kind of talked about it. I forget. I think it might have been Universal Soldier, but he was talking about how the past 10 years, like, he didn't want to drop music because he knew people were just going to dissect it. Right? And I'm not going to lie, that part where he was talking about that, although that was very, like surface level rapping, that was the part that I related to the most.
So how's he making money, though?
Because
he's
talking
Jay-Z's boy?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't have the answer. But like when he was talking about like the insecurities that come with being an artist, I got that because I'm like, that'd be me, bro. If I rapped, that'd be me. I'd be scared to drop shit.
Cause you know what people are gonna say.
Yeah, because like, I think it's hard when you set the bar so high for yourself, like Jay Elec did. Like I said, and I think you agreed with me, like. Exhibit C is some of the best rapping we'll ever hear. And we're talking about that was damn near his debut track.
Facts.
Which is nuts. So you set the bar so high for yourself that if like all you're going to feel is anxiety and like insecurity that, oh, I can't live up to it. You know, which is crazy to me that he took the gamble of recording an album in 40 days.
True.
If he actually did that or not. I mean, I believed it when he said it. You know, like you took 40 days to write an album that people have been waiting for 10 years. Like you're talking about the expectations are already so high. I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm let down at all. Like I think this is a great album.
It might be considered underground because he moved 31,000 copies.
That's it?
Yeah.
What is 10? It's 10 streams per buy, right?
I think so. 10,000.
300,000 plays.
Yeah, his first week. And like 10,000 of that was pure album sales.
10,000? Wow, he actually got 10,000 people to buy it? That's impressive.
It is really, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know though, like, that's kind of weird that like, so.
Wow, think about that, bro. That's $100,000 in album sales. That's nuts. In 2020, think about how nut crazy that is.
That's some money, bro.
100 G, like it's not like millions, but 100 G's off. No one's buying albums anymore. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive.
But it makes sense. His fan base is a lot older.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know. So what do you feel about what I said about Jay-Z outshined?
You know, like I see your point.
But you don't agree?
No, I do agree that he outshined him, but I don't think he outshined him because his bars were better.
I think you thought it was the intangibles, like the tone and everything.
How he said it, what he said, when he said it.
So
Jay-Z is coming off 444. Like, Jay has been doing a lot of things right now. And I think that, like, what it was, bro, I think what hurt it is that, like, we didn't know Jay was on it.
So when you heard his
That's
voice,
what hurt it. We probably expected one song with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Right? Think about it.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
And so I think we, like...
I definitely expected it.
I think it's like the Jay effect, the same thing like the Drake effect. Like, your song is hot, but when Drake does his part, or Jay does his part, like it's just hotter.
Yeah, what's that? No Guidance by Chris Brown?
Yeah,
that's a Drake song.
That's a Drake song.
That's a Drake song.
Black Boy J, that's a Drake song.
Yeah.
Like I think that's that same effect.
So then talk about it further. We take Jay-Z off the album. What do you think?
I don't know. I have to hear it without like Jay-Z on it.
Yeah. Because that's where, to me, it gets dicey.
Like, if Jay-Z's off,
I'm like, take these Jay-Z verses off, and what are we listening to? Like, I understand he's talking about a whole lot of, like, Islamic shit. I think it's the topic is great. But I just think the confidence that he was spraying on Exhibit C and the project or the mixtape he did, the punchlines, like, I don't know. I just think maybe, unfortunately, like I said, he set the bar too high for himself.
But he didn't even set the bar. I think everyone set the bar for him too high, bro.
Yeah. Well, you got to understand, like
he didn't go and say, I'm the best rapper of all time. I dropped my project. Please listen to it. He just dropped that shit.
And we heard it.
And I think, like, goes back to what he said. He doesn't want people to dissect him. I think, like, he's just, like, an artist. And he's just, like, it probably his beat selection, the topics he wanted to talk about. Like, I think all those are his idea. And I think he knew, like, since he's Jay's friend probably for the last, like, 10 plus years, he probably knew how to get the best out of Jay. Like, Jay has never talked about some of the shit he's talking about. He's never in 444, right? So it's just like, maybe Jay is like such a good medium. But like, I agree with you. I do think that like Jay, if we had to do like a split, like 51-49, like if Jay outshined him on his rap. Like, I feel like for every song is different, but I think it ends up.
Yeah, I'm close. I would say like 60-40, but like I'm right there.
I think it's like that close, because like, yeah, I think it's that close for me.
I just think where my problem with that is like that's how I felt with Watch the Throne. Like I was like, oh shit, like Kanye is actually holding his own with Jay and actually kind of like beat him on a few tracks for real. For being honest about it, like Kanye actually outshined him once or twice. And so when I hear Jay Elec, who is a better rapper than Kanye, I expect, and especially on your album, like this isn't Watch the Throne.
Yeah.
This is Jay Electronica's album. So I expected Jay Elec to out-rap Jay.
Is this more of like a conversation on reps?
What do you mean?
Like
does Jay-Z win just because he's been in the gym more?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Because Jay,
think about what we're saying. Like
Jay, like that one song he made 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So like.
Well, but think about like what we're saying. So, like the reason why Jay-Z probably outshined him is because of the aura, the tone. You know what I mean?
His sound perfectly.
But that's the stuff you don't get by not dropping tracks. Like the reason that Jay-Z can rap like that is because he's what, like 12 albums? I don't even know anymore. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's a really good point, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you don't go get LeBron for your debut game. It's not a good idea. You know? I'm saying like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird analogy because
it's such a weird analogy.
LeBron would never have a number 1 draft pick on his team, right? But like, if you were a rookie, and you were the number 1 overall pick, you don't want to go to LeBron's team because he's gonna outshine you, regardless of how good you are.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna hurt your stock.
It's gonna hurt your stock
but,
because you're dropping 25, but LeBron's dropping 30.
But also it's gonna help you a lot too.
Yeah, I mean,
like Kyrie's a prime example of that.
Yeah.
Prime example.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have felt better if this was Watch the Throne, and this was a collab album.
I think, but that's like
you can't. You think about you can't get outshined on your debut, bro.
But you think about Watch the Throne. I think Ye, to your point, outshined Jay on
a 2 or 3 at least.
80% of that. 80% of it.
I don't know about that. Definitely not. Definitely
No,
not.
think about it.
Definitely not. He got him on 2 or 3 tracks.
No,
but he did not outbar Jay on every track.
He out-artisted him.
I mean, that's a different conversation though.
Cause there's a lot of songs on To Watch the Throne that like I think we always go to the Kanye songs.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like there was 2 or 3 tracks where Kanye.
I listened to Watch the Throne in a minute.
We have to give Kanye a lot of credit for that because he shouldn't be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like if My Life or Death is on it and you say, yo, Jay-Z and Kanye are about to be on the same track, who's gonna win? I'll be like, okay, Jay, that's easy. You know?
Yeah.
So the fact that Kanye was actually able to hang, but that's That's changing the topic.
I'm looking at it right now. Like, oh, he got Made America, No Church in a While, Niggas in Paris, Otis. Gotta Have It. New
Definitely,
Day.
he definitely didn't get over on Jay on Otis though.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
That's one of Jay's best verses.
I think.
Can you skip to Jay's verse on that shit?
Yeah,
because I'm like in my head trying to think of it. God, first of all, this beat.
You won't forget it, no.
I need to revisit this album, yo.
Me too. When you mentioned, I was like, bro, I'm gonna play this, like, you know.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna devalue the written testimony.
You know, as you put like,
Kanye did get off on this though. He got off.
I think we'll go back. No, bro, they both killed
Jesus
this.
Walks. I'm never going to hell. No, yeah, they both got off.
They both killed on all this.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that Kanye was actually able to do that is so impressive. Because he's not in that caliber.
Yeah,
but he was able to do it for a whole album.
He did write College Dropout, everybody's favorite rap album.
Cap. That's not my favorite. It's up there though.
Every rapper's favorite rap album.
So what do you think? I said it earlier. What do you think about the production of A Written Testimony?
I liked it a lot. I think it was interesting beats. I'll tell you what I hate. Childish Gambino.
I got like halfway through it. I like it.
There's something about it. Maybe.
I think it's an experimental tape. But before we get in it, because I do want to talk about that. But let's wrap this talk.
No, because
do you think it would have gone better if it was Watch the Throne? Like if this was actually a collab tape?
Like for Jay Elec?
Just in general, like I feel like it would have gone better.
For who?
Well, so for me, when you say
I think they're both happy with that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. If you drop this as a collab tape, we're gonna appreciate it as okay. We're like this is a collab. Like who did better on what track, whatever. But I think when you put your name on it only, and then Jay-Z happens to be on most of the tracks, like 80% of them.
Yeah.
What you're telling me is, this is my album. But I'm not gonna lie, Jay-Z. This is Jay-Z's album, bro. It's Jay-Z's album.
Bro, I can't argue with that, bro.
You can't get out-rapped for the whole album and call it yours. You know what I mean?
I don't know, Big Sean. I think Big Sean disagree with you.
Yeah, Big Sean Control, like that's Kendrick's song.
Yeah,
but it's not Kendrick's album. I don't even remember. So is that Finally Famous? I think it was Finally Famous.
He's the biggest letdown for me of all rappers. But like,
you said that before.
I was such a strong. I believe so much in Big Sean, but that's another thing for another day.
Yeah.
Who ruined you, Sean?
We could get to that.
Like,
we
bro,
could get to that.
Big Sean.
I have opinions on Big.
It should have been right now. I'm telling you right now, it should have been Drake, Big Sean, Cole, and Kendrick.
I think Meek could have been up there too.
And Meek.
I think if the Meek and Drake thing never happened, Meek would be up there.
But so the thing that makes me wrong with the Meek thing, like he's low key was right. Like Meek wasn't wrong.
Yeah, he was right. But he lost, right? And that's all we care about. Welcome to rap.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about the other day, bro.
All right, listen. We keep getting off topic.
Okay, but is
there any closing thoughts
on the Jay Elec?
Yeah.
Listen, Jay Elec.
I do want to say.
Right, I'll be real with you. Jay Elec, bro. You got out-rapped by Jay-Z.
Yeah.
If I
on your debut.
For me, not to be like so political about it, Jay Elec, you did get out-rapped by Jay-Z, and the people are speaking. So even though I may disagree, the people have said that like that's not it, bro. And so for your debut, people waiting for 10 years, I think a lot of people were mad that like you weren't going bar for bar. I know it may not sound the most popular, smart things to do for sales, but like I think people needed 5 songs of just you spitting.
Yeah, I agree. Or
3 songs. Of
or say it's a collab album, right?
Yeah.
But when you present it as a solo project, we expect you're gonna have the best verses on 9 out of 10 tracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to do, man.
Yeah, it is. But that's why I'm saying get Jay for a song. Don't get him for the whole thing. You're
But
setting yourself up for failure.
But do you tell Jay to get out?
Hell no. But you say, hey,
Like,
Jay.
what if Jay-Z is like just there and wants to rap on every song?
Then you say, all right, why don't we do Watch the Throne? And then really lean into it. And then drop 15 tracks of Watch the Throne. You know what I mean? Like, imagine of a Jay.
Okay,
like,
I get your
you know
point.
what I'm saying?
I get your point.
I don't know. It's just
It's still up there for me. But if I have to put it in the bucket, it's a Jay-Z project, 100%.
Yeah,
it's a Jay-Z project featuring Jay Elec.
Man, that sucks.
I hate to say it, but that's facts.
I saw a lot of people complaining about this. How do you feel about the fact that Jay-Z went first? Like, because if you go to the very first track, Jay-Z's verse, Jay-Z has the opening verse on Jay Electronica's debut album.
I think a lot of people are impressed by that, but his verse was hard. Like,
yeah, of course it was hard. But I mean, like,
what
what do you think about that? What do you think about that?
What are you gonna do about it? The verse was hard.
Yeah, but I mean, you just move it.
No,
in my head, you just move it.
That song would be so different if Jay didn't start that off. Agree or disagree?
Oh yeah, of course.
Like that, like.
But I'm asking, like, what do you think about that? I think that's like one of those unwritten hip hop rules that you start your debut, or you start your album in general.
Yeah, I think he should have started his album.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, it's like, I don't know, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. There's just like a lot.
Has anyone ever got Jay-Z that much on the track?
No.
Other than Kanye?
Jay-Z doesn't really come out. I want to know, what do you think about what I said about why Jay-Z was on this? I really think that's the reason. Like, I think Jay-Z heard it and was like, yo, it's not enough.
That's interesting. I think Jay-Z heard it and was like, let me get on this shit.
Yeah, but like, what about this album seems like it would light a fire under Jay-Z like that?
Legacy? Like
if this album comes out and flops, it doesn't do anything to Jay-Z. It doesn't make him look bad. I mean, yeah, it's his guy.
No, it's a win-win for Jay-Z either way.
Yeah, of course.
But I think for Jay-Z, like, not being part of Jay Elec's debut album is not legacy talk for Jay. Because now, if Jay Elec never drops another project ever again,
this is all we have to go.
It's all we have, and we have Jay-Z on it.
Yeah.
Think about how, like...
Yeah, no, if you think about it from legacy standpoint, like this is the album we waited 10 years for, and Jay-Z was the best part of it.
Exactly.
That definitely adds to his legacy.
So when we go back, like, yo, kids, you gotta listen to, like, Jay Elec.
Yeah. We're
going to play this album, and we're going to forget.
Yeah.
But then remember when we play that, like, it's a Jay-Z album.
Yeah.
And then we're like, you guys don't even know about Jay-Z. Like, this is going to make kids Jay-Z fans. Like, our kids.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think it goes back to, like only 35,000 sales.
I know, but, like, it's gonna age well. But when we have kids, and we're, like, getting our kids into hip-hop, like, what to listen to and our old heads and shit like that, right? Like, and we're gonna, like,
I'll probably give them
listen to Jay Elec.
Yeah. It's a moment in hip hop.
Bro, you're gonna be 42. Remember this moment. You're gonna be 42. You're like, y'all wanna play this for the kids.
No, yeah.
And then you're gonna play it on, and you're gonna remember that it's a Jay-Z album. And
yeah.
I think the kids are gonna listen to this and become a Jay-Z fan. I think a lot of times when you play like old hip hop, and like it's not the right project for that artist, it could ruin it. Like to be honest, like Pac was ruined for me because I forgot what I listened for in the beginning.
Be careful what you're about to say, bro.
No, not. I think he's great, but I think Biggie is just better. I think Biggie's the best rapper of all time. And so, like,
yeah, I don't think a lot of people would argue with you. Yeah. I think the only argument there is that Pac just had a bigger body of work.
I forgot what song I listened to first of Pac, but it was one of like it was when they took all his like lyrics and made an album with it, whatever, or put it on something. And that was my first exposure to Pac, and I was just like, yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that discussion is difficult because.
But then I heard
Biggs only got 2 albums or whatever.
2, I know, but then I heard a Biggie, but it was him, and it was just like,
yeah.
That I was like, bro, this shit's.
No, yeah, I think like in terms of hip hop history, this album's gonna be a part of it because 10 years of anticipation, like no one's ever had that. We'll never have another artist drop 2 tracks and be a part of hip hop.
I guess you're right. Like even if you flop, bro, it got to be you.
Yeah.
Like on some egotistical shit.
What do you mean? It's got to be you? Like it's got to be your fault.
Like it's got to be all you.
Yeah.
We done waited 10 years. You waited 10
That's
years.
what I'm saying.
So you might as well just make an album just all you.
Yeah.
But this is part 1.
You think so? You think we got more?
I think we got a 3.
What I think might happen, because
I think we had 3 parts.
A lot of people, like, you know, Joe Budden, or a lot of music people are sharing like a similar opinion about, like, you know, you got out rapped, whatever. I think I could see this lighting a fire on Jay Elec and him being like, all right, let me stop playing, because I want to say that although
I feel like they recorded 100 songs,
maybe,
and this is part.
But it is hard. Like, these tracks take time.
Yeah,
you know,
40 days is a lot of time, bro. And
yeah,
you really need to.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that they cut off.
Days.
Obviously, I do want to say though, like, although it's clear that my opinion about this album, Jay Elec is still one of the best rappers on the planet. You know what I mean? No. Like, I'm not comparing this to like a Rich the Kid album. I'm comparing this to the Black Album. I'm comparing this to Watch the Throne. Like, I'm comparing this to All Eyes on Me, like the best lyrical albums I've ever heard in my life. Like, that's what I'm comparing this to. So I'm not just saying that like sonically it's bad or like the punchlines are trash. No. Like, this is still some of the best rapping you can hear.
This you got out-rapped.
It's just you got out-rapped. And it's, or this is some of the best rapping you can hear and it wasn't from you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's funny as fuck. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know.
This is the best rapping we've ever heard ever, but it wasn't from you.
It wasn't from you.
That's actually crazy.
It's like similar to how we think about Control. You know, like,
that's such a fire beat.
Control is some of the best rapping we've ever heard, and it wasn't the artist's song. Or Big Sean wasn't the reason that. It was.
And Big Sean is funny because he's like, I'm not gonna go back and change it.
He got fucked up.
He's like, bro, you should have went back and changed it.
You know, Jay Electronica was on that track.
Yeah.
I went back and listened to it like last week, and I was like, what the fuck?
Bars.
Yeah. Yeah, to wrap it up, like I said, Jay Elec is still one of the best rappers on the planet. Like, don't get it twisted. I don't think Joe Budden should continue this little Twitter beef he's got with him. It's not a good idea. Although, as a hip-hop fan, I would love to see that shit. Can you imagine like 2 or 3 tracks
from Budden
of Joe and Jay Elec going at each other? My God. That'd be crazy. That's what we need.
I think Joe should chill out.
I think it's very dangerous. It's different than him going at Drake. And everyone else he went at.
I think this is, even outside of rapping, I think he's got to be careful.
What do you mean? Jay Elec's got Goonies like that?
Nation of Islam, bro. Come on now.
Yeah. I genuinely enjoyed like looking up the shit that they were talking about on this project. Yeah, like, it was fun for me to get a little history lesson.
Yeah, bro. This is actually crazy.
Some real shit that they're talking about.
Black power.
Yeah. So yeah, to wrap it up, I don't know. Do you want to do like a number out of 10?
For me?
Yeah.
A 9.
Really?
Yeah. Just off the music and everything like that. Like, it's the whole project. Okay. For me, it's a 9.
For me, let me look at the track list, because there was definitely like, there was at least one song that I had to skip.
What song?
Let me check. Flux Capacitor. I didn't like the beat. Yeah.
No, I like that shit a lot. I like that song.
You like that beat?
Yeah.
It sounds like, it sounds incomplete to me.
Yeah. No, is it? Okay, so
it sounds like those drums and shit. It sounds dirty. Like, clean it up to me.
Really?
Yeah.
What beat are you listening to first? Like, what do you mean? Like, what?
I'm just like, I'll play it again, and I don't know if I can even put it into words why I don't like it, but like these drums and that hi-hat, it sounds dirty. Like, it sounds grunge. And I understand that's probably the sound that they were going for.
Wait, keep playing it.
Keep playing it. 4, 3, 2. Long ass intro. I like the sample, but it's just like the drum. I don't know. There's no undenying Jay-Z, but no. So
that's hard.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Don't listen to the sound.
And I think a lot of it comes down to like I said, like the,
all right. So
the intangibles.
That's a 7. Okay, never mind. That's a
7's
bro?
Great though. Like a 7 out of 10. That's a great album.
Bro, you gotta give him at least an 8, bro.
An 8, even though there was a skip or 2.
Yeah, but you're allowed 2 skips and still be an 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I judge it different. My favorite album last year was The Plugs I Met, Benny the Butcher. That's a 9 out of 10.
That's a good album.
And that's one of my favorite albums of all time. So I think 7 out of 10, at least on my scale, I think that's a great album. I think earlier I called this album good. I want to change it. This is a great album.
I think she give it an 8, but that's fair. Choose your own.
7 or 8, whatever you want to say.
It's at least
I just think there's too many like underlying factors, like the fact that he got out rapped. Like a lot of that really takes.
No. We're talking about the album, like as a listening experience.
Nah, you know what? Think about it like this.
No, as a listening experience, it's a good music.
Yeah. But that's why we started with the album. It's great. It's a great album.
So it's at least an 8.
But you have to take into account the intangibles. You have to,
bro. Okay, with everything.
I told you I didn't like some of the production, so that's gonna take off some points. You know what I'm saying?
I can't give that a 7.
7.
That's funny.
Maybe our scale is just different. I don't know.
That's like for me, because I loved it, is a 9. If I was being aggressive, 8. Like if I was being hard on
it. But you like the production. That's a big element of an album, right?
Yeah.
Like a production probably is 25% of the album.
The production is hard.
And so there was a few, like the drums I said, like they could be cleaned up.
What do you rate Lil Uzi's project he dropped?
Bro, like 4 or 5.
Okay, what do you rate Nip's final project?
Nip's final project?
Yeah.
Like a 7 or an 8. An 8 probably.
Interesting.
What would you give it?
No, I'm just curious.
Yeah, like an 8. It takes a lot. Like, bro, so 10 out of 10 we're talking about masterpiece.
Yeah, what's your 10?
Right.
What's the 10 out of 10 for you?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Is there one?
Like off the top of my head?
You know what one of the 10 out of 10s for me is? I'm about to get burned.
Yeah, go through
this hot take.
What? Is it a hot take? What?
If you're reading this, it's too late. For me, that's a 10 out of 10.
Really?
There's not one whack song on that. For me, really? For me, there's not one.
He doesn't lose any points for not writing 2 or 3 of them joints.
That's
you have to. In my opinion, you have to take account into
honestly,
the
like
intangibles.
Written or bought.
Written or bought.
My man doesn't have one whack song on that.
Okay, so then that's the difference between why you gave it a 9 and why I gave it a 7.
And Magna Carta for Jay, 10 out of 10 for me.
Really?
Yes, bro.
I think that's one of Jay-Z's weaker performances.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
Let me
bro.
Put
yes.
Song for you, bro. I think you're mixing up.
I don't pop Molly. I brought Tom Ford. Come on, bro. What are we doing here? Now, I'm not saying that that's a bad album, but I think that's one of Jay-Z's not as solid performances.
Hold on, bro, because I just feel like, am I going crazy right now? Do you guys agree with Sam? Am I the odd one out?
Yeah, actually, I wonder what people think about that album. It's a 10 out of 10. Yo, I feel like you're giving out these 10s too easy. Give me like the most recent 10. Oh yeah, of course,
bro. This,
of course. But skip to Jay's verse. Because even the fact that
wait, hold on.
I mean, great, that was like 2 bars, but I think you need to listen to that one on the way home.
All right, here we go.
This beat's crazy. This beat's fucking crazy. Is this song featuring anybody?
Nah, bro. I think this is one of his like. Casa, no, my castle. I'm a hassa, I'm an asshole. Never satisfied, connect my hustle. Hustle. I want a brothel. I want a wife to fuck me like a prostitute. Love and dirty.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe
I think you're
maybe
wrong.
I need to go back and listen.
I think you should go back and listen.
I'll listen to that before our next episode, and we'll talk about it.
Because there's a lot of heat.
So then, to finally wrap this motherfucker up.
Yeah.
Do you take into account the fact that this is a 10-year later album in your scale? Because I think I do.
Yeah, still 9 for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know he got out-rapped. And maybe because I just love the Jay and Jay effect.
They're a great pair. That's why I'm saying drop
even
drop
though he
Watch
got
the Throne.
out-rapped, I feel like it helped him. It didn't hurt him.
Well, yeah, because you're getting out-rapped by the best rapper
No,
ever.
because sometimes getting out-rapped hurts you.
Yeah, it just depends on who's doing it.
Like
the we keep going back, but like Big Sean Control, that was because that's the Control verse.
That was really bad for Sean.
Yeah, but the Control verse is what made.
No one was trying to listen to that song after.
What I'm saying is the Control verse is what made Kendrick the top tier. Like that's his torch moment. Genuinely, like of course we knew who Kendrick was, but to me, Control was the song where we're like, oh okay, like he's actually in the top tier.
Why you don't think Kendrick has came out Drake?